I wanted to go back just one more thing because I love this entire thing. There's been like, I feel like when we said it last week too, but like WWE's been firing on all cylinders recently. Like I can't remember the last time where I actually didn't fast forward through anything on the shows. Like I watched everything last night. I watched everything on Monday night. I watched everything on NXT. What did you think about Paul taking that bump last night? What were your thoughts on him taking that power bomb? You know, and could you have seen a Paul E from ECW taking that kind of bump?
Oh yeah, I mean I saw Paul get Tazplexed by Taz. You know, they did that. You know, Paul went after Fonzie and gripped up Fonzie, and Taz snuck up behind him and gave him a T-bone Tazplex. So he's taking bumps, you know, and you know that was a safe bump to take.
Yeah.
That was a safe bump to take. And the fact that Paul was one to take that bump just furthered the storyline and garnered that much more sympathy because, you know, is Paul Heyman a heel? Yeah. But he's one of those heels that's like still kind of over his babyface.
Yeah.
Always has been. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman. And the crowd just, you know, if he was a true heel, they'd be like, fuck you. Mm-hmm. You know, just, I said that now. Fox will cut the feed.
Just start putting black screen up every time we cuss.
Yeah, they just put in everybody's shows now, just doing black feeds.
And for our next trip, we're going to do George Carlin's 7 Dirty Words.
Yeah.
Start now, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck,
and,
man.
But yeah, he represented the heels. He represented Brock. He represented Punk. He represented, you know, Roman. But he was always kind of a babyface. Yeah. And in the sense that fans really appreciated how good he was. If you're that good, it's hard to get booed, you know?
Yeah.
So the fact that, you know, the tea leaves were there and the warning signs were there just made it the inevitable even more impactful that they, you know, they put him through that table and he was willing to take that bump, you know?
Yeah, I figured, I wasn't sure when it was going to happen, but I kind of knew that it was coming. There's only so much of the old guard you can carry with that new story. But again, the way they, you know, Paul is a master of building the emotion and the suspense and the drama. And I mean, it was just perfect, like week to week since WrestleMania, week by week, they've been just building it beautifully. And I figured eventually it was going to come to a head, but no, I was kind of surprised just because, you know, he's a little older now, doesn't move as quickly as he used to, but I was surprised that he kind of let him put him up that high.
It's not like Paul was Carl Lewis. I mean,
we're seeing both. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But you know,
Paul never really needed to be physical. You know, his face was his moneymaker. Mm-hmm. You know, and he was the beautiful art of just telling a story through expression. You know.
Yep. And
Paul is the master of that. I was fortunate to be under that learning tree.
And the tears, I mean, he can just turn it on too. Like that's a very unique skill to have, is to just be able to just at the drop of a hat turn the waterworks on. That is not easy, man.
I believe he touched base on that when he was on the Rick Rubin podcast too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
About like how he brings on the tears. And you know, if you haven't listened to Paul Heyman on the Rick Rubin podcast, please go give it it's lengthy, but it's really good. You know.